steal the land. Someone who always can. Don't you know?
You believe it? Episode number 38 of Wassup Flobo After Hours. This is Monday night, 10 p.m. Pacific. And I'm having a good old time of my life here. Thank you so much for rocking with me on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Twitch. Please, if you're on that Twitch, hit me with a follow because I greatly appreciate it. The moon's out, as you can tell, and I'm hanging with some good friends. Before I do that, I got to give a big shout out to members of the Boyce crew. That's the people we are on our Patreon, the ones that support each and every one of these content endeavors. Got to give a shout out to Christopher C, Christy H, ACH, Edric P, Oliver E, Princess Leia herself, Matthew C, Lindsay U, and Richard R. You make this show a reality. Now, on today's episode, I want to have a little bit of a backstory. You see, about 6 years and change, I decided, after a near-death experience, to try the whole comedy game. And much like that, I got to work with people that I love and people I don't love nearly as much. But the ones I do have changed my life so much that it's beyond comedy. And I want to sit there with you guys today. This is a panel show. We call ourselves the Dream Team. This is the first time I got you all together in a digital space. So first, I got to introduce the man that was actually one of my first 3 guests on the show. He's back. He's hilarious. And now he's apparently a doctor. Ricky Trann. When did you get the medical degree? When did you get the medical degree?
Man, you know, everyone's been busy in this pandemic, just trying to better themselves. And so then I went online and went on some nice courses, some digital courses, and I became a doctor. Yeah.
What are you drinking tonight?
What am I drinking tonight? I am drinking some Moon X Pinot Noir.
That's some fancy stuff.
Because it's Monday.
Yeah, but Dr. Richard Yip Trann MP is not alone. He's being joined by someone. You're guzzling it like a hardcore wino. He's being joined by one of the most requested guests to make a return on the show because she's got me thinking about my celestial future. The one that told me I'll always come across a 7 of Cups. Give it up for Amber Scalzo. What up?
Hi, what's going on? Hey, check you out, Ricky, with the hair. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of hair.
Dude, your hair's long.
Yeah.
It's sexy, though.
I'm just trying to channel my best Jonathan Bowles.
Oh, yeah? Well, Amber, what are you drinking, Amber? Are you good? Or?
Oh, I'm just drinking water, in my little teacup.
Water's good. It hydrates the body. I'm on coffee, and I'm doing the opposite. I'm taking all the water out there. But you are one of the most requested guests, so I'm glad you're back here today.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
It's that tower reading, definitely.
Yes,
definitely. And last but not least, the guy that has 1,000,000,001 businesses, and he legitimately did vote for Kanye in the last presidential election. Give it up for Jonathan Bowles. What up?
Yo, we gonna get him in 2024, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah.
2024.
We got to give it up. Dr. Yip, best doc in town. Everyone's following him there. What's up, Kirsten? What's up? Hey, what is this? All fun and games, but it's all good. Now, at the top of the show, we met in the auspices of the comedy game. Let's start at the top down. 2021, life was beyond comedy. What was the biggest thing you worked on the past year with the pandemic?
Who wants to go first?
Damn. That's deep, man. For me,
deep on this show.
I'm just gonna throw it out. Just finding myself, man. You know, like a lot of times you just don't have a lot of time in the day to do much for yourself. So lately, just been a lot of soul searching. You know, a lot of meditating.
Ricky,
that's pretty much it. Just ton of meditating. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ton of meditating. Yeah.
You finally did it.
Wow,
You said you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Levitate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
levitate.
Hence the doctor.
Yeah, you can't be a doctor without levitation.
Exactly.
I mean, Dr. Strange did it, I guess. I mean, that's the science I use. I can't think about meditating. Like I give myself 5 seconds. I'm like, man, I should be doing something better, or something else. But everyone tells me it's easy.
Is it? Let that thought pass, Flobo, like a cloud in the sky.
No.
Deep.
I think it's so hard, man. It's so difficult, but once you get past it, get past yourself and just trying to notice everything that's just kind of coming through your mind, it feels better. Like you feel more mindful when you're out of it and you're approaching BS and like asshole people in the world. You just kind of you're just a little bit more in the now, and you're just more compassionate and more empathic for everybody. That's all. It's nice.
I like it. Amber, how do you deal with asshole people?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, depending on the day, to be honest. There's some days I'm like a super sweetheart, and then another day I'm like, I take no bullshit. I don't handle it there's times I handle it very well, and other times I don't. I'm a bitch, I'll just say it. I'm a bitch.
Ain't nothing wrong if you own it. You know what I'm saying?
It's called passion. It's called passion. So
what's the difference between being aggressive or unambitious, right? Just how you focus it.
I think when you deal with assholes, you have to be direct and straightforward, and you have to clearly state boundaries, because if you don't, they will learn to walk all over you. So, but in relationships, I don't know how to do that. But in everyday life, I'm perfect at it.
Well, who knows? If we figure that out, there'd be no such thing as a romantic comedy, because they would all be like, "Oh, that's not how it is in real life."
Yeah, no, totally. But Ricky, I'm so proud of you that you've been doing like meditation. It's so it really gets you into yourself and centered, and you know what you want, what you don't want, and like getting really uncomfortable with those uncomfortable feelings, and like really feeling them too.
Yeah.
Proud of you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. It's a weird journey. Thank you.
I'm all about meditation.
Jables, you do a lot of yeah, you guys, everyone here, like Jables does you do meditation too, right? You told me, but you were the first ones that told me about it.
Big meditator.
What does it even mean? Like I go hard. I think hard. Like what is
big meditator? Heavy on the tater.
I mean, with Jonathan, he did like what, a 6-week course of meditation, like heavy meditation.
Oh yeah, that's right. How did that work out, by the way?
Into our hearts.
Yeah. I guess I can't do it. I guess I'm not as mindful as you people. Whatever. I ain't mad. It's fine. No, I'm not judging at all.
Flobo, you've been meditating your whole life, sir. You meditate every day. You're just not aware of it.
See, that sounds like something that would be like in a superhero movie. You have the power within. Just focus.
Like meditation is so many different. It varies in what you do. What you think meditation is. It can be cleaning. It can be something you're really passionate about. It could be gardening. Whatever gets you into that flow state is meditation. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a 30 to an hour like hanging out with your thoughts and feeling all the chakras and connecting to like source and grounding. It can be just gardening or like even doing haircuts. Like for me, that's meditation. That's me getting into flow. And it's easy. It becomes easier and easier. But once you like keep thinking, I got to meditate, you're not meditating. You got to just let it be still and be present. And that's meditation, being present in the moment.
Haywood Wong says, "What do you mean, you people?" You know what, Haywood? I just need to collaborate. Yo, John, let me ask you a question, man. I mean, it's been a while since we hung out, but you have your own production space. What does that feel like? Finally.
Man, I'm no lie. It's a dream come true, man. This is the first year. I mean, obviously 2020, very, very hard for someone that does mostly live event-based stuff. So we had to, hit that strong pivot. But we were able to make great leaps, great bounds in seeing the things that I actually really, really want to create in the world actually come true. And that, I mean, first of all, is like having this space. We've got like the whole 3rd floor of a building in downtown Santa Monica now. We got like a big studio over there. Then we've got the audio video studio in here. And it's like, this is exactly what I want, So this is, I've never felt closer to the stuff that I have, written up on the vision board, the stuff that I'm going for, So it feels fantastic. Like I can't wait for people to be ready to come out of their houses again so we could like start doing, shows in my studio and doing, different stuff here and there. And I mean, just the possibilities are really endless of what we could do from this spot, But I mean, it's you are doing far more with your space that you've got there, you know, at Flobito headquarters, you know.
You mean my bedroom? My literal bedroom. That's what you're talking about.
It's not, bro. You ain't got no commute, bro. You got a 5 foot commute. I've got 5 feet. You winning, bro.
That is like a lie I put on my dating profile. Like, I have my own studio. Where is it? On the other side of my bedroom. Hey, girl, what up? No, but I like the fact you call it Slingshot House. I mean, Slingshot's been like your brand for so long, and I too understand of milking a brand to the ground. By the way, check out newamsterdam.com. What does it mean now? Because I know you had a version of Slingshot in like another part of town, across the way. Like, what does this new version of Slingshot mean to you?
This, you know, at the end of 2020, I put a headstone and laid to rest the brand that I had been building. Lapel, that originally started doing the underwear and then, you know, building into different merch and stuff like that. But I killed it. It was time. I was, you know, done with that. I felt like the momentum was over. It was time to like put it there and like, you know, kind of stand on the shoulders of what we had done and go to where we really want to be. Really, I have always, ever since I really found out who Lady Gaga was, like years and years and years ago when she came out, she had that thing that she kept referring to all the time of the House of Gaga. And when I heard about that, I was like, man, she just has this like group of people that just makes stuff happen, that brings ideas and dreams to life and stuff. And that was something that I was like, yeah. That's it. A physical place that's like a launch pad where anything can happen from here. And whether that be helping people figure out what they want to do with their lives, helping people you know, start businesses, start nonprofits, you know, do whatever, that this is an actual physical place that stuff can actually happen, you know? And so now with having the, you know, the big studio, you know, across the hall, like we can actually, you know, live stream to go anywhere. Like this is a launch pad. This is where people come in and we help them figure out what they want and then help them go get it, you know? And so that's what the house is all about. Like this is, you know, we have, well, you know, what we call friends of the house. And those are people that like we're connected with. And we have clients and we, you know, some of it's like business coaching. Some of it is like personal coaching, you know, and people are, you know, the word is getting out in the streets, you know, and we're starting to think of much bigger clients and stuff like that. But it's all from this place, you know, and Slingshot is like, it's just who I am. That's just what I've always been passionate about, of just, I don't necessarily have the desire to, you know, have this big dream of like, oh, I'm going here, I want to, you know, do this one thing. My dream is to see yours come true. And so I'm that Slingshot. You know, we're going to create that tension. We're going to ask the right questions. We're going to push you, create the tension so that we can, you know, launch and see you go where you really want to go, you know? So yeah, that's, you know, back in the day, it was really just all about the merch, but now it's about the magic.
Yeah. Well, I like it. You ended it very nicely. I was like, is there more? I have no idea what's going on.
No, we're landing the plane.
We landed the plane. So again, I mentioned at the top of the show, one of the greatest things in the planet was this gift that we all at one time experienced, stand-up comedy. We were all in a very similar path. I have 6.5 years to the game. I think Ricky, you have like more than that, right? You're about the same. We're about the same. What is it? We're just about the same. We all went our separate ways. You know, there was the main core product of stand-up comedy. We're doing other things. And so I want to start with you, Ricky, first. Is that dead? Is that a chapter closed? Is that something you revisit? Is it something that helps you inform what your next project is? What does comedy mean to you today, 2021?
It means more than ever, man. World is shit. World is crying. You know, it. One of our good friends, your deepest, darkest, your enemy, your apocalypse, if you will, your Thanos, Paul Flores.
Ooh. Dude, I don't hate Paul. Stop with that. I don't hate Paul. You gotta stop with that. I don't hate Paul. I just didn't invite him today. I don't hate him. Okay, he's fine.
I was like, man,
Hate him.
I mean, hey,
there's
I don't hate him.
people missing from this dream team.
Hey, look, Josh Walter actually coined the phrase. You want to call him up too? I thought so. All right. So continue. Continue.
Oh, boy.
He had this one saying that I was like, oh, that is on point. He said that comics are the modern day philosophers. You know, we bring we bring shit to the plate. We bring shit to the table to talk about that isn't too digestible, and we make it digestible for society. We can laugh about it, and I think it's more important than ever. What am I doing with it right now? Just a lot of writing, man. A lot of writing, a lot of exploration, finding out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing shows, I'm there's a lot of people that are, and that's awesome. Are you doing shows?
I've done
Are you
like
doing anything? Any digital shows or anything?
well, the one we did together last October, Hamza Mania's show, and I did a Black History Month. I was like Black Lives Matter month, but Black History Month show. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this is what I do. I try to put comedy in what I'm doing now because I like, at least when I bomb here, people tell me in the chat, like Haywood would say, Flo, that was lame. And that's what he does. So I know the instant feedback. I don't like seeing a wall of turned off cameras personally. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. The whole Zoom comedy isn't my thing. So just stick to writing for now, and we'll see what's up later on.
Yeah. Amber, what about yourself? I know you're doing your own thing. You hustling. You rebuilding Amber Scalzo, but
That's pretty much on comedy right now is just on the back burner, just because I don't really like the whole concept of like Zoom or like online shows or stuff like that. I don't mind podcasts and stuff like that, but it's one of those things, like if I were to want to do stand-up, it has to be in a live audience setting. Like you thrive off of that energy, that instant connection. And right now it's just on the back burner. But once things seem like they're going to be opening up, I would probably go back and start doing open mics again. But there's times where I'm like thinking of a bit and I think of a premise, or I'm like, oh, this would be a really funny story to tell. So it's still in the mind ruminating, it's just kind of things are flowing, but it's just most of the time now that barbershops are open, I'm just throwing joke ideas or telling funny stories to clients and making them laugh. So I'm getting some sort of comedy connection that way. But I do miss being in a crowd. Like that's something I thrive off of. So
get your shots, y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
No, for real. Please do.
Yes.
John is like, I ain't doing that. John is like, look, see that? You see that right there? Look, he's shaking his head no. He's like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Bull. So what about you, man? I won't get into the whole vaccination thing, but how was your comedy chapter influenced this chapter? Is it closed? Is it being referenced still? What's the deal?
And let's just give a little shout out to the glue that binds us, Mr. Adam Barnhart. Has anybody checked on him? Is he okay?
I've reached out to him. He's off social media. Like he doesn't respond to anything. He leaves me in red. But
yeah, that guy. I've been here almost 7 years now, and it was the summer of 2014 when we all met each other. And, my wife at the time, she got me this like workshop. Hey, you have to go down here. She like made me go. And, I was like, I don't know, whatever. But it helped me so much because I spent the whole first part of my life. That's all I did was stand up on stage in front of people and talk and have to, even though it was in a church setting, have to be entertaining to have to keep their attention and stuff. But it was the first time I ever got to be on stage and say what I really thought and what I really believed. And so, for me, the stand-up thing was never, and it's kind of why I pulled back too, is because I saw the dedication and I saw, the people sleeping in the parking lot at the Comedy Store to get
you go, Amber,
to get 5 minutes of stage time because they want, and the writing.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
You got to. Yeah, you got to get to.
I remember, I think one of the first time where it was ever like, yo, like, I don't know that comedian is the road that I want to go down just because like I know I'm talented, I know I'm funny, I know I'm good on stage, I can entertain a room no matter what, but there's a line 75 people long in Santa Monica at 4:00 in the afternoon for a 9 p.m. open mic where you might get 3 minutes, and I'm like, this is not where I want to invest my time to become that. I know that I will again end up in those environments, but from a different angle. I don't write jokes. It's just like, I'm more, like Ricky said with Paul, of like, they're the truth tellers, the philosophers. And so I've continued to do that nonstop through podcasts and videos and stuff like that. And I want to continue to do those things. And I would love, I mean, I still like have like a little, idea in my mind of like, man, I want my name on the wall there somehow, but I know that it's not, I'm not going to try to be a comedian, 'cause there's other things that I want to do, but I just like, oh, sure. Like I miss it. Like, oh my God, if there was an open mic tomorrow night, oh my God, I'd be there in a second. Like, let's just go, But yeah, I mean, that was so helpful for me. And then meeting you guys, like to this day, like there's people, I've made friends and connections and stuff like that. But like to know y'all for like 6 years, all from that one little spot, that one little class, from the belly room, and those backstage moments. And, and like watching Adam freak out and yell at people, and then all the Scientologists that were floating around there trying to suck us in, and, like,
oh yeah.
like,
Accept the way.
Like,
I can't afford to be a Scientologist. I'm sorry.
It just like changed the trajectory of my life, because it really helped me get out of my box and connected me with good people that I'm still, connected to. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna run my mouth for the rest of my life wherever they'll let me.
Well, we give a shout out to the chat here. Things are coming in live. Dustin Kennedy says, "Hey friends, hope you're all good. Miss you guys." Hey. And Charlene's a big fan of comedy, and she has a couple questions. I'm trying to keep them all straight. She asked first, what are their thoughts on Kill Tony and Tony Hinchcliffe? Have they auditioned?
That's like the most genius show of all time. And now in Austin, like he's got Gary Clark Jr. as the live band behind him and stuff. Like,
yeah,
dude,
like amazing. I would love to have a minute on that show.
I've never done it. It was just something I never wanted to publicly be humiliated like that.
You don't?
I don't. I mean, I don't mind doing open mics. That's fine. That's on my own accord. But somebody making fun of me, like, as the whole shtick. But man, it is such a genius way to do like a show. I think it's brilliant. It's funny. You get a minute, you get your little 1 minute, 15 minute, fame thing, and you become like a sensation for like, until you go back up again. And it's nice to get critiques from other comics that you idolize, but I was always too chicken shit to do it.
Yeah, what about you, Ricky? Are you a fan of the dude?
That shit is just that's way too cutthroat for me, man. That's all I gotta say. That shit is crazy, man.
Charlene has been trying to campaign for you to be a Tony Hinchcliffe
What about
fan
you,
for the
Flo?
longest time. I don't like the guy, but she's been trying hard. She's been trying. What's up?
Y'all remember that time we roasted Flobo for his birthday?
Oh, no, we don't remember that at all. We don't remember that. Here's a question. What comics do they admire? You can't pick yourself on that birthday party.
Wow.
I was not roasted. It was a nice party. It was some good cake. It was great. I mean, we can talk about it. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. It was a Green Lantern cake. It was my 33rd birthday. I forgot what it was. It was a cool time. We're at the Clown House where it all started, and people took turns and roasted a brother for all the quirks I have, of which they are many, for 2 hours on end. So
it's good times. Good times.
Yeah,
I mean, comics that I admire, like Russell Brand is, I think, like the embodiment of like all things that I like enjoy. I could listen to him forever. I mean, that was like one of the first like big actual live comedy shows I went to. Is I saw him in New Orleans at a big theater there before he kind of went full spiritual and stuff. But now I've seen him in several like smaller settings, like at yoga studios and stuff. And he's got completely different material, and with his like recovery stuff that he's doing, and it's so good. And then like I think Dave Chappelle is, and I know it's like the cheesy answer or whatever, but like, I mean, he's just the best. Like the communicator is just powerful, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would have to be Patton Oswalt. I love Patton Oswalt. He's one of my favorites. I love his because he's nerdy and he likes, his passions and stuff like that. But Al Madrigal is like one of my guys right now. I love watching Al Madrigal, his long form and just watching him just stretch out that whole like just the whole setting, and then he hits the punch and it's just like bam bam bam, and it's like the best. And he's also mixed like me. He's half Sicilian and half Mexican, which I am, so a lot of his material I really do, I really do
Oh.
feel like I get.
I did
So
not know you were Sicilian. I know you're Italian, but I didn't know you're Sicilian.
Sicilian. I'm Sicilian. Anybody who's Sicilian would be like, it's Sicilian. But I always be like, I'm Italian. Oh, I mean, I'm Sicilian, But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I always get reamed for that, but whatever. And then with like female comics, I would say Ali Wong is just a fucking beast. Like she is so good. She has a point of view. She has a through line, and she just goes from start to finish. And she's just like, bam, bam, bam. And it's like, just to watch her work and do some of her specials, like, oh my god, she is just phenomenal to watch. Like that, one of the top female, like just the stand up in general. She's like up there with everybody. So
I would say Ali Wong's one of the most technical crafts person, like
Yes.
regardless of gender and age and all that stuff. Like just the way that things are written, almost in a Seinfeld way, where it's like, here's a structure and I'm taking a ride. Hey!
it literally, and she just like floors it. It's like, okay, hi, and then 0 to 60, and you're holding on to dear life. It's like the best. Just to watch her work is just amazing. Like you're just like, what the fuck? Some of the shit she gets nasty too. So she's fun to watch.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Ricky, what's up, man?
Yeah, she gets nasty.
No, not that. I know that.
For me,
Yay!
Chappelle, man. Chappelle's my number one. Always,
Oh,
dude.
man.
Chappelle's my number one. I love how he's just so man, poetic, man. He's just so good at it. He just makes it so conversational, so easy. And it's not even jokes anymore. It's just like to that point where it was like George Carlin, when he was just kind of like just talking, man. It's real good. Lately I've been getting to Jim Jeffries a lot. He's another good one. Good storyteller. Patton Oswalt, definitely. Eddie Murphy. But writing, like the technicality of it, man, Seinfeld. Seeing him just like watching him is almost like watching a scientist, on that notepad. And then more so lately, Gary Shandling, dude. I've been watching his old
Oh, wow.
stuff.
Deep cut. Yeah.
Gary
Nice.
Shandling's a shit. Yeah.
Throwback.
Yeah. Gary
What was your
Shandling. I
what was your
love
thoughts?
his delivery, man. And
Okay. Sorry, I cut you off there. What was your thoughts on 23 Hours to Kill, by the way? The last Seinfeld special?
oh,
The Netflix one?
I didn't get to watch it.
Oh,
No, I didn't get to
it's,
watch it.
you gotta check it out, man. I liked it. I mean, to be fair though, there's so many Netflix specials
Alright.
that stopped becoming
Alright.
special. They're just kind of like there. You know what I mean? Like there's some specials you're like, wow,
Yeah.
Netflix paid you for this? Is that weird to say? Is that weird to say at my level because I'm
Yeah.
not really famous? I don't know.
I will agree. Like some of it feels like they're pushing out so much content that there's no quality to it, and there's no time for refining. It takes a year to like really form a 5-minute joke. So like usually like just see like these specials being pumped out every like couple of days or so. It kind of lost its like quality, but like I would have to say Patton Oswalt's like I Love Everything. His like latest special is actually really like heartfelt and like kind of like more positive on a positive note because his special before that was like him dealing with his wife's death and like now he's finally gotten over getting through the grief, and then like you seeing him come out of that stronger and more healed and a lot more growth, and it was just really magical to see him put a special out, and it's just like you're like, yes, Patton's gonna make it, like he's gonna do it. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be okay. Like that
He's gonna
jeans
be
bit. It's okay, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it together.
You're gonna be okay, bro.
You're gonna be okay, bro. Speaking of things that were in between worlds and walking on different planes, my man Jake Bowles, wrestling. Are you in it? Are you out of it? Are you over it? Are you dealing with it? Are you working with it? What's the dealio, homie?
Bro, we're so in it. Like more than ever before. Like, I mean, but at the same time, I also feel like a little bit more detached from it, just because like there hasn't been any live events, But no, I mean, a guy on the team here, like he just got made. They just put him head of production for Game Changer Wrestling, which is like the biggest independent that's not, doesn't have a TV deal yet. And I mean, like, we are doing more in that world and have more notoriety is not the right word. More, I don't know, like access, clout. Like we're more like, that's where we have the most goodwill. How about that? Perfect. That's what I meant. The best goodwill. And yeah, no, I mean, we're all in, man. Like, I think we're gonna do a show actually here at the studio, like all pre-taped and stuff. And do it like real,
like a blood sport pre-tape.
Well, yeah. Well, this one I think is gonna be more of like a no ring, no rules type of deal, like more of a like Warehouse Wars, like very like cinematic, kind of like Fight Club type situation. But yeah, no, I mean, we're like heavily involved in Wrestle World now, from the top to the bottom. I mean, people, from WWE, AEW, all the way down to new guys that are just now getting started. So very, and then I mean, we've got some really big deals that in later on this year are going to come out that are like the biggest wrestling things we've ever gotten to do. So,
and that's all in the Slingshot House.
Mhm.
Slingshot.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Guys.
it. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. We have the little catchphrase that we put on anything that we produce or anything like that it's a launch by Slingshot.
Nice.
Oh yeah, corner that branding, bruh.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool about that is all of us are kind of wrestling fans on some point or some level or some way. It's WrestleMania season. Yo, Amber, feeling it? Not feeling it? You're kind of cool.
I have not been feeling it lately. I've been like totally missing out on, like, I think the last time I watched wrestling was when I was here on this on the show. So like, it's been a minute, but I still watch like wrestling documentaries, of course, and like, my brother still watches AEW, and like, but I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with any of the storylines or anything like that for WrestleMania. But anything you got going on with the WrestleMania, or like anybody you were like hoping,
Oh, me, I'm just like, talk about John. I'm so deep into it. If I'm not doing it for my show, I have to be abreast because I'm also on an AEW show with my friend Jack Farmer, and then I'm being called to these interviews, not to be all braggy about it. So there's a lot of wrestling I watch, but I always wonder, like, because wrestling is like, you can always jump off and jump on. Like, storylines are so stretched out, you can take months of time off. But I haven't done that in like 3 years because I've been just between AfterBuzz and this, I've just been on. So always cool to see my wrestling fan friends when they jump off, if they come back, if they go, I need a break, because I think wrestling's designed that way. There's no reruns. You can't catch up on it. It's just a thing. It's a carousel, Yeah,
so. You gotta jump in while it's going on, and then just hold on as long as you can.
Yeah, and if you're bored, you just jump off, But but Ricky, what about you, man? You watching? Not feeling it? On it? Got some fans? Got some guys looking forward to it? We done?
No, man, I haven't seen anything for a while. Yeah, I haven't seen anything for a long while. Last time I watched anything was with you guys, with bowls and everything, like 2 years ago, and that was it.
Woo!
That was it.
Shout out to Josh in the booth. Josh Alonzo, the Slayer, goes, yo, that God's Hey hoodie though.
Life's hard, be harder.
I have no idea what that is. That a rock band? Is that a what is it? Is
it's the number one most violent band in all of America.
What does that even mean? They beat people up, or?
No, I mean, that's just that's their gimmick. So it's my boy, Brody King.
Oh,
superstar, and superstar. He's the lead singer of God's Hate. So we're good brothers. So we do.
I did not connect that. Like, I know he did the music thing. I had no idea.
Yeah, we do a lot of merch. So good.
We do a lot of merch. Enterprising motherfucker! I swear to God. Speaking of enterprising, by the way, off topic, Ricky Trann. There was a time when you were launching your own fashion label, right? You were thinking of concepts, different whole style. How's that going?
You were gonna make your own clothes.
You were making your own clothes.
Nah, man, that was just all for fun, man. That was all for fun. It wasn't for anything else, man. I just wanted to make my own suits just for me, because I'm a germaphobe. I don't want to be touching anyone's ass cheeks or anything like that, just to, measure the gooch or whatever. Nah, dude, I'm good. I'm
you don't use your ass
all
cheeks
for myself. Nobody else.
Are you still doing it though? Or
But I got
you got concepts?
ass cheeks.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got concepts.
No. I Dude, I haven't touched a sewing machine in a while, man. I haven't touched a sewing machine. Dude, I haven't worn denim in a year and a half.
I
Bruh,
don't believe that.
it's been dry. It's been really dry.
I,
It's just been a lot of stretchy pants and t-shirts and hoodies.
I know that now, Josh. Yo, John just schooled me on it. I had no idea to put the two together. Not about the vintage ass cheeks. No, I mean vintage ass cheeks are cool. Is that Ricky doesn't deal with that? Uh, so, I mean, you took the quarantine pretty much to heart, Ricky. I mean, you very much to say, hey, look, I'm trying to keep it as safe as possible. You know, anything you've learned about people from your perspective? Because like I have friends in the middle. Some friends are like, what? Pff, what pandemic? But you're like, no, man, this is real. Like, what's the thing you like learned about other folks who love touching ass cheeks and gooches? Apparently,
Don't pull punches, Richie. Let me have
I mean,
it.
if you
Let me have
want,
it.
I'm all right, all right. Yeah, man, I take it real serious. It's only because I'm helping taking care of my parents too, and they're old, dude. They're like 70 some years old, and they just got
yeah, I'm not
vaccinated.
doing
I just got my vaccine, my first dose, a few days ago, and it's been. I don't know if any of you guys been touched by it. I've had a good few amount of friends who caught it, who got really sick. A few that's died, older people who have died. So yeah, man, I take it pretty seriously, and I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not scared of the death part, right? If that makes any sense. If I die,
sure.
fine. It's the long lasting effects that you might carry on with you, the lung disease, the brain stuff, the blood clots, the erectile dysfunction. It's so you
Should
don't
live with
even
that.
know. So that's what I think. And then like how I feel about other people like not taking it serious. Sure, I personally think it's selfish. If we pipe down and if we're good about it, it'd be all done in a matter of months. But people got to be people, and they won't do their own thing. It's always been like that in the history books. It's always been like that. It's always been about the person, not the people. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see if we can
Yeah.
get to that herd immunity, and we can start going out and start doing shows and shit like that again soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll do some shows, see some real people, high five some people. It's kind of weird now too for me specifically
Oh,
when you see friends. Like, do you go for the hug? Do you do the? I refuse to do this. I refuse to do elbows. I rather just nod from a distance. This is the most dumbest shit I've ever seen. Sorry about that. What's up? Yeah, cool. No, yeah, we can do that too. Namaste, whatever. But Amber, also speaking about enterprising, you had your own, I guess, tarot card case business. I know you jumped
Yeah.
in it, leaned into it. How's that working out for you?
Well, right now I'm not selling anything.
Hey, that's
it's
all right.
it kind of went downhill, but I do have like a bunch of like fabrics that I'm making. So I have like these little fabrics for masks. Right now I'm holding my phone up by my sewing machine because
That's
I don't have a
gangster.
stand.
Straight
But
gangster.
but I'm still like making them. It's more of like a hobby that it pays, which is nice, and it did help me make money while we were shut down. So I was making these masks, like these are like a little prototype, but like these are some of the fabrics I was using, and it kept me busy. It didn't keep me stuck with my own thoughts, like, oh my god, this is shitty. It made me like, okay, let's get the hustler out and figure this out.
Yeah.
And with like making masks, I started making tarot bags, and it's been lucrative, but then it just kind of came to a halt. But usually this time of year with taxes and everything, people don't buy stuff. People are like holding out until they get their tax returns or now stimulus checks. So everybody's kind of on hold, but I'm still making stuff, and I'm going to start re-putting it out there and hopefully like get more money. But I have like these little cute masks, and I think they're so adorable,
Oh, celestial.
very celestial. But yeah, like, and it
oh.
also opened up a whole other business, doing tarot readings. Like, I've been doing tarot readings on the side and like helping people with some like answers that they needed help and guidance on. And it's helped me hone my craft as a tarot reader, because I used to do that before stand up. I used to do mediumship and actually channel and have loved ones talk to their ones that have passed, you know. So
I have a question about that, if you don't mind me
Mhm.
jumping in there.
Yeah.
Is it a situation where when you have, I don't know, a client, a guest, a customer, I'm not sure what the word is, do you have to like sift through things up there to find the one they're looking for? Or is it the person on the other side comes to you with no warning? You're like, who does this belong to? This is
So
like,
when I actually used to do this, like you have to get into a meditative state, connect to source, and then you would have, I know this sounds woo woo, but you would have your guides come in and they would kind of filter out who would come in and who would not come in. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have, depending on if you're clairaudient, clairvoyant, or clairescent, or sentient, depending on what clair you have, you would use those to your advantage. So sometimes I would hear like a song, or I hear a word, or I see something in my mind's eye, like a picture or like keys or something like that. And it was validating who I was talking to. So if I'm reading for somebody and I'm like, I keep seeing like little dogs and like, oh, my aunt would raise dogs, and like, okay, this is your aunt on your mother's side or whatever. And then I would bring them a message and it would come from the
Mm.
heart, and you would feel that energy just pulse out. And then that energy would go through and you would feel like you're really giving a message to somebody, really like channeling them through. And it'd be a lot of crying, it'd be a lot of like, you know, it would feel like a big pop in the air. And then you would shut down everything and send everyone back home because you don't want them coming with you. So
right.
you're like,
Yeah.
bye, Auntie, see you later, you know. So, but like that stuff really translated into stand up because you're connecting and then you're channeling through. So when I would do stand up, sometimes I would channel, and it was really awesome because some of the stuff our teacher Adam was very connected to what we were doing in my meditation groups and my mediumship groups. So like
Mm.
connecting to source, and then also like because he would have us do grounding exercises where we'd have to step as we're talking, so we get grounded
Yeah.
and connected with our words, and then also doing the clearing, like clearing out all that
Yes.
bullshit so you could channel and be a vessel. So it was, you know, it really brought back some of that stuff for me during quarantine. I got to actually do readings, and I felt like I really helped a lot of people. So you know, I've been using this as my advantage. It's like either you can have a pity party and be like, this sucks, this is shitty, I don't see my friends. But like, you could be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to make the best of this situation. How can I improve myself? How can I help others? How can I make the situation better? And it really has benefited me, even though it didn't seem like it at the time. It was a huge blessing in disguise. So I don't know.
I feel like clearing is one of the things I use in real life. Like, well, for those who don't understand it, like we at Adam's school, they would do a thing where we would get on stage and just talk about our week, what's going on, what's in our mind. And the reason we were given was, at least when I was in his class, was that when he first started doing comedy, Adam, who was in his mid-50s and is openly gay, used to open for Andrew Dice Clay. If you remember who Andrew Dice Clay was, he was the opposite. He actually went to my high school. And so he would have all these tensions and feelings about being an openly gay man in the 70s and 80s, opening up, like being very forward about his sexual escapades or sexual life before Andrew Dice Clay. And he just said, I just said whatever was on my mind that got me centered and present to start my comedy. And that is something that I always do all the time. Like even in the dark days at the end of my last relationship, I had to say, okay, let me just say what's on my mind now and rephrase it 3 or 4 ways before we start having this discussion. It's like one of the most useful tools to have. So props to that, man. I learned a lot about
Nice.
medium stuff as well. That's what's up. But
Yeah.
JB, let me ask you this: some guy who's part of JB Enterprises, doing so many different things, like Ricky, like Amber. Is there something you do that is more like a hobby for fun that pays money, or you're like, nah, man, we all do is grinding, baby. I got coffee, I got gear, I got everything. Like, what's the mentality?
Yeah, I mean, that's been like a real struggle. You know, I in the last year, you know, just, you know, I call my apartment by yourself now. Just that's you know, it's, I do enjoy being creative, and a lot of the stuff that I do is fun for me and fulfilling. But recently I have gotten into something I just bought a bunch of canvases and started, I busted out some Sharpies ever since I was a kid, just always kind of doing these little like abstract doodle things. I mean, it's what I'm doing right now. Like,
Nice.
it just kind of flows, but like literally intentionally, like kind of leaning into it a little bit more. And it has been really nice. I've done that. So, but now, of course, I'm at the point now of kind of like, man, you know what? Somebody would buy this.
Oh,
So
can we see it again? Can we see the drawing right there?
oh, yeah, this is just
Oh,
little,
I would have buy the
Nice.
hell out of that. Put
You
that
know
on
what
like
I mean?
a Air Force One,
Yeah,
put
no,
on some
and
kicks. Yeah.
that's yeah, and for me too, like I love, like they finally reopened Gold's Gym in Venice a couple months ago, and so that was the hardest part of last year for me, is the fact that they shut the gym down, and I just don't like working out at the house and stuff. I tried, hired a personal trainer for a while, it was fine, whatever, but so I'm at the gym every day, and then the fact that like the office is only 5 minutes from me, and it's like such a really cool place now to be. Like I spend a lot of time here, but I have gotten into the art, a little bit more. And during the pandemic too, I had a keyboard at the house, and I was like just teaching myself a different song every day, just sitting down and doing that kind of thing. And so, I try to do that kind of stuff. But man, I miss some people, dude. That's for sure. I having Mardi Gras come and go without a big.
Oh man.
Without a big to do in my courtyard was troublesome to my soul.
Literally the week before, man. You guys should have this. He had a courtyard in his apartment, and he's like, "I'm having a Mardi Gras party." All right, cool. Show up with my little like purple shirt. It was like 200 people, brass band from New Orleans, like all the alligator you wanted. It was like, how? Everyone's just there hanging out like it's something to do. I said I couldn't get 2 friends over my house for a house party. This guy found 200. Weird. Yeah, Starling says Amber should join John, design some custom fabric for mass supplies.
Yeah.
Power
Oh.
collab, let's go.
Anytime, I'll bring all my whole setup and we'll sew.
Uh,
I just imagine like behind plexiglass, like
Totally.
oh yeah, and then she also adds that doodle sketch would be a funny, cute design. I thought so too. That's why I wanted to see it again. It was pretty solid job. But before we get out of here, because it's almost out of time, can you imagine that? Let's play a game. This one here is a game. Just want to hang out with some friends. Want to ask you some questions. You know the deal. This one here is called Right Here.
right
Now.
now. Right now.
Right here. I'm going to say some phrases. And if it applies to you, raise your hand and you can ask or expound why it does. Sound cool?
Okay.
Before I do that, Haywood Wong says Gator has food and it's delicious. No.
Come on, baby.
It is. It's so good.
Ricky's like, is it? It is. I got 8 of them. Right? I got 8 questions for you. First, for number 1, right now, I own some form of cryptocurrency. JP, what do you got?
I've got Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then a bunch of them free ones that Coinbase gives you. But guys, no lie. Like fully transparent. Like I bought like $200 worth of Bitcoin like in 2017, and
Wow.
and I didn't do anything else to it. But and Amber, like you said, like nobody was buying anything January, February, incredibly hard months. I literally had to cash out like every dollar to my name. And so
Been there.
200 that I put in there like 3 or 4 years ago had turned into 2,000. And so I had to cash that out and like pay the rent and everything like that, but like, it was like, man, I'm so glad I did that. And it like,
Oof.
10x, so I am definitely a big crypto guy. Just listened to a huge podcast about it the other night. I'm all in, like want to do like recurring stuff. We actually, Slingshot House released our first NFT last week. So we all up into cookies. I'm a big believer.
I want to get some NFT action. I mean, I can't afford it because things like house stuff is pretty expensive. Then number 2, right now, I'm already planning my first post-pandemic extended vacation. Amber, where you going?
Hopefully somewhere.
Yo, say no more, fam. I don't care. I don't care where the hell I'm going.
Well, I actually got asked to do a guest spot in Ohio, so hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Going to iron some things out, but I might be a guest spot barber, so we'll figure that out.
Oh, on the barber side. That's what's up.
Yes, on a barber side, and then I also want to go to
Ooh.
Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to travel. I miss traveling. This whole pandemic, I've missed traveling, so that's on the top of the list.
Yeah. Oh, someone asked. I have Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, but that's not here nor there. Ricky, you had your hand up. Did you have? Are you planning something? Is he frozen?
Yeah, man. Girlfriend and I want to go to Hawaii, and then yeah. I don't know why. I'm sorry, man. I'm coming in laggy. Maybe that's my fault, man. I'm so sorry about that.
Nah, we're good.
Yeah, Hawaii, and New York. Yeah, for sure,
All right.
for sure.
All right.
Hawaii and New York.
All right, fancy pants.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't stop taking trips. I'm sorry.
I see you on Instagram. No, I got you. That's why I said
Devil.
extended vacation because
No, I
you're
know.
like they're like business trips. But what vaccine? And you guys can skip this one if it's too heavy. But right now, I feel it's the craziest time ever to be living in this country. All right. In what way, Jarballs? Oh, wow, unanimous. The craziest?
Oh man, it's Thunderdome, bro. Like legit. Like I like it's insane. Just watching people freak out and just find reasons to be mad, and the media just literally shaking the jar to just rile everybody up, just nonstop. Like just it is a wild time for sure. Like it's no end.
Damn.
I'm here for it. Let's go. Mad
It's
Max.
pretty well. And John's not even a minority. Ever thoughts about the world?
Dude, it's insane. I feel like a lot of people. I feel like people are fatigued, and I feel a lot of stuff is bubbling to the surface that needed to be talked about, especially like Black Lives Matter. Like people need to fucking deal with these fucking issues and these fucking people who don't even like try to like acknowledge. They don't even acknowledge people of other, people of color or, minorities or anything like that. They think it's all their fault. So fuck those people. Fuck them. Like, sorry, I'm like I'm super annoyed.
It's after hours. It's okay.
I'm a little heated, but no, like, it's really showing people their true colors, and you're really seeing people for who they are and what they think and what they value. And it's kind of sad sometimes because some people value money and not actual lives. So it's very it's insane. It's definitely, you see people who don't give a fuck about each other, who don't give a fuck about hurting other people by, I had a few people pass away, and it's ugly out there. It's definitely ugly, but I'm trying my best to be kind and patient and trying to show generosity through kindness. And it's very difficult because sometimes I want to go off on a motherfucker.
Yeah, I got you.
Fuck no.
Right. Fair
yeah.
enough, man. Oh, Ricky, do you want to share, or are you just like just stewing?
No, I'm good, man. It's crazy out there right now, man. It's fucking Royal Rumble, Everyone is
Okay.
everyone's jumping in the ring at the same time, kind of a thing. That's how it feels like,
Yeah.
at least. I don't know, what can you do, man? You just kind of take it a day at a time. That's why the whole meditating thing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just trying to take it with stride.
I gotcha. I'll just one more just for interest of time here. Right now, I've realized over the past year that I'm able to do more with less. And in what way? Amber, start with you.
I think less drama I can do with.
Go, girlfriend.
I could do more without garbage toxic boyfriends.
Yeah,
Less
we're
of that.
trash. Men are trash. You should know that. Before you want.
I mean, no, there's good men out there. I'm not a
Nope.
man hater. They're
No,
all
I'm telling you, we're garbage. What are you? What are you?
women are trash too. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
It's right there.
yeah. I gotcha.
But I feel like I've learned to actually take out a lot of the unnecessary bullshit that I don't need, and I feel like that's been in my benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JB, have you done more with less?
Yeah, I mean, I just I think that was the name of the game last year, man, for all of us. Like they took our lives away, like it just had to go. We just all had to go inside, and there was less money. There was less, possibility. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity and stuff, but I had to, I had less people to help me. I lost employees, lost contacts, that kind of stuff. But somehow last year, like we were able to grow more than ever before. And then even personally, like I feel like in the last year, like just really, took off and feel really, really proud of everything that I was able to accomplish last year. But there was literally no good reason why any of that should have happened outside of like, dadgummit, I'm going for it, regardless. So yeah, that's the name of the game right now, man. We all have less, but we're gonna get more.
I feel terrible because like your answers are all deep and insightful and thoughtful, and I was like, I just spent less money at 7-Eleven. That's just a net positive I had. I feel weird about it. Like, it was just.
I had a lot of growth, Flobo. A lot of growth.
I know. I was like, ooh.
a lot of lessons learned. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, but for Amber, seriously, like we always say this, and we always say this off camera, on camera, whatever. I mean, that's why we're here. Like, check in, say what's up. If you're having a crazy day, the Wolfpack, the dream team, we're all one. So
no, totally. Both you and JB like really helped me through like the pandemic, especially because JB knows I went through hell and back, and now it's like I feel like now I have more strength. I have more like healing and growth, and like I feel like I just don't take no more bullshit. I'm just like, fuck that shit.
I see
That's the
pride.
day.
I see power. I
Yes.
see a badass mother.
what accent was that? I sorry, it threw me off. I'm sorry.
I take no crap from no one.
I was. Did I say that? I had no idea. The edibles are kicking in. All right, so that's the time we have for this edition of What's Up Lobo After Hours. This is the Dream Team. So glad they were able to rock with me because they always rock with me through thick and thin, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, those meets and greets and all that. Here's the time I gotta ask you, y'all. Where can the world find you online? Starting with you, Dr. Richard Yip Trann M.
At Robo Denim on Twitter, ROBODENIM. Just talk shit on there all day. I'm lagging so much. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's all good.
What the fuck is going on over here?
Is that Mickey Bennett back there? Amber, where can we find you online?
I'm not really on
It's a little
Facebook,
Paul.
but you could find me on Instagram at Amber Scalzo. And if you want to buy a tarot bag, at La Bruja Goods, LA.BRUJA.GOODS. So you could find me there. Yeah.
La Bruja.
La Bruja.
That witch.
That witch energy.
I love it. I'm actually going to follow you after this. JB, you have a bunch of things. Don't forget to put over the coffee, but where can people find you online?
Get the coffee, baby. Get the coffee. Got a couple bags left. Need to move them. Slingshot.house. That is the website for this place. But if you follow me on Instagram, that is probably the best way to find a little bit of everything that I do. Of course, French Quarter Coffee launched in the midst of a pandemic. And so it is one of the things that I'm like definitely most proud of and excited about, and just kind of like growing that. But yeah, at Jonathan Bowles, BOWLES, on Instagram. That's where I hang out most and post so much.
Yeah, he does. It's hard to describe the kind of brand that John is. It continues to evolve. But like most things found in the pandemic, this show is part of the new Amsterdam network. I actually have one of those. Thank you, pandemic. KNEW, Amsterdam.com. I'll be back next Monday night, same time, same place. But until then, after hours are closed.
The battery's still lit.